Saints fans. Tracy Porter picking Peyton Manning to get the Saints' first title.
Yeah, that would pretty much seal the deal for New Orleans as well. But I got to go back a ways because, you know, unfortunately I'm considerably older. Herb Adderley, the Green Bay Packers, got it all started. The first pick six, Super Bowl II against the Oakland Raiders, and some of the better ones that were out there. You might remember Dwight Smith of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had 2 in one game when they won their Super Bowl championship against Rich Gannon in Oakland. You mentioned Tracy Porter already. How about James Harrison to the Steelers? You remember that one? 100 yards right before the half ended? That was a big-time play. But for me, the absolute classic, Willie Brown in slow motion against the Vikings for the Raiders. The grand old man, Willie Brown, 75 yards.
You recall them all. What a play here. Another pick.
Sheet appears to be working right now. You point it out all the time when we call games. Once they get that first one, it becomes a frenzy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's snowballed here in this one. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Play action. It's Burrow. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mixon on the toss right. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now it's Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Aaron Donald, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Matthew Stafford and the rest of the Rams offense set to take over once more. He personally is playing poorly, but the bottom line is his team's winning. He probably feels, oh, hey, if I can right the ship, we can really extend this lead.
Just try and get back to being the player he knows he can be and continuing to be the leader that he has to be. Doesn't matter whether he's playing real well or not. When you're winning the game, everything's good. Really, you got to treat it like it's sunshine. Hey, everything's great. That's what he has to continue to do, and I'm with you. He wants to play better to make sure he's a part of it.
He wants to flip those interceptions and touchdown numbers. 2 INTs, no touchdowns. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football. Full half to be
scored that touchdown, by the way. I was on my phone now.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And they're going to bring him down just past the 15, and a flag down as well. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
Stafford on first down. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. A big play there just before halftime.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the 50, Stafford. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
I think this defense is still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
From the red zone now, Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Williams now on the return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here again comes Joe Burrow and the offense for the Bengals. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase those from his mind and just focus on this drive?
I think he may need some help from the coaching staff. Maybe
the Bengals drive about to get going. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial. And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
And that is incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Van Jefferson there to make the grab. And the Rams will extend their third quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those... So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review. Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are...